The allegations are grave. Sukesh Chandrasekhar has alleged he met the Aam Aadmi Party Minister Satyendra Jain inside prison and was directed to pay 10 crore as protection money and convenience money. But the question remains, is there corroborative evidence and is there a money trail? The Aam Aadmi Party has also questioned the timing of these disclosures. They're calling it diversionary tactics. Also on India First, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the Morbi suspension bridge collapse site and the Morbi civil hospital. He met victims, he met the next of kin of those killed in the Morbi disaster. I'm Gaurav Sawant. We will get to the latest on this big story, but as always, let's get started with the headlines at 10. Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Morbi meets victims and visits the accident site. Prime Minister chairs the review meet, assures victims justice will be done. Politics explodes over hospital paint job. India Today tracks the firm behind the collapse. Top Oreva officials are missing. Oreva boss Jaisukbhai Patel's house deserted, offices shut since Diwali. Air quality deteriorates across the national capital region. Several locations are turned hazardous. Quality of air to remain very poor to severe in the next 1 week. War of words erupts over stubble burning. Bharat Jodo Yatra in Telangana stirs a political face-off. Rahul Gandhi mocks Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao's national ambition. Son KTR hits back, says Rahul couldn't even win from his seat Amethi. Controversy erupts ahead of bypolls in Telangana. Violence on the last day of campaigning. BJP convoy attacked by TRS. Police resort to lathi charge. Sensational allegations have been levelled against the Aam Aadmi Party's Minister Satyendra Jain by controversial conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. In a handwritten letter to Delhi's Lieutenant Governor, Sukesh Chandrasekhar has claimed he met Satyendra Jain in prison and was directed to shell out 10 crore rupees as protection money. He claims he also paid another 50 crore for a Rajya Sabha seat. But the question remains, is there corroborative evidence for these tall claims? And is Satyendra Jain now fast becoming Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's Achilles heel? Munish Pandey with our top story.
He's pulled off one of the most sensational con jobs in Indian history, siphoning off hundreds of crores. And now the super con man has been conned, or so he claims. Sukesh Chandrasekhar, in a scathing 2-page letter, has claimed he was conned of 60 crore by Aam Aadmi Party and jailed Minister Satyendra Jain. In his handwritten letter to Delhi LG Saxena, Sukesh has said that he paid 10 crores to the jail minister to Satyendra Jain and also 50 crores to Aam Aadmi Party for a Rajya Sabha berth from South. Sukesh then has alleged that Satyendra Jain even met him in jail several times. Sukesh claims he's being harassed to withdraw the serious charges that he's levelled against Aam Aadmi Party and so wants the LG to crack the whip.
Both Sukesh Chandrasekhar and Satyendra Jain, they have been arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in different cases. But also one of the serious allegation about bribery to Delhi minister, that fact is still being verified by the Enforcement Directorate because whether Sukesh Chandrasekhar has access to that amount of money, whether the money moved from someone to Satyendra Jain or not.
India Today spoke to Sukesh's lawyer, who confirmed that the conman believes his life is in danger now and is facing threats from Aam Aadmi Party.
It's a matter of corruption and extortion inside the jail. There is a racket inside the jail, and that is being run by the senior topmost officers of the jail in connivance with the as per the letter, this has been done in connivance with the jail mantri at that time, Satyendra Jain. Specifically, it has been alleged in the complaint that around 10 crore rupees was extorted by the Satyendra Jain.
Soon enough, the BJP lashed out at Aam Aadmi Party with an extortion party jibe and questioning if Kejriwal will continue to shield and defend Satyendra Jain.
I would not hitch to say that there is this person called Sukesh Chandrasekhar who is a conman, who was running a syndicate, a crime syndicate from inside the jail, while we have the Aam Aadmi Party and its ministers who are running a crime syndicate outside of the jail. It would not be an exaggeration if I say that Aam Aadmi Party is a conman party today.
And here's how Kejriwal responded.
मॉर्बी से ध्यान भटकाने के लिए ये एक कंप्लीटली फिक्टिशियस, कंप्लीटली फर्जी स्टोरी एक प्लांट की गई है. मतलब इससे ज्यादा ब्लेटेंट और क्या हो सकता है कि मोरबी के मुद्दे को दबा के उसको डाइवर्ट करने के लिए, और सक्सेसफुली डाइवर्ट कर दिया उन्होंने. सारे चैनल इस टाइम इस सुकेश चंद्रशेखर की बात कर रहे हैं, जबकि 150 लोग जिनकी मौत हो चुकी है उसका सब भूल चुके हैं.
With Gujarat elections round the corner, Kejriwal has claimed all this is nothing but an attempt to divert from the Morbi tragedy. With Munish Pandey and Anisha Mathur, Bureau Report, India Today.
And India Today's Munish Pandey now joins me for more on the story. Munish has accessed Sukesh Chandrasekhar's handwritten letter to the Lieutenant Governor. Munish, Sukesh Chandrasekhar has leveled allegations against prison staff even earlier. Did he name the minister that time, or is there any corroborative evidence of either money changing hands or money being paid? Is any of this being investigated?
Well, as far as the letter of Sukesh Chandrasekhar is concerned, there are three main allegations. The first one is Satyendra Jain, who is a Delhi minister. He met Sukesh Chandrasekhar inside Tihar jail. That is allegation number one. As a minister, if he is meeting a prisoner, a person who is lodged in Tihar jail, it reflects very bad on the government, if the allegations are true. Number two is that he paid 10 crore rupees as protection money, so that he is not harassed or ill-treated inside Tihar jail. That is allegation number two. The third is that while he was in Tihar jail, he was asked to pay protection money of 2 crore rupees. That is also an allegation made by Sukesh Chandrasekhar against Satyendra Jain. So these are the three main allegations against Satyendra Jain by the conman. Now, as far as this letter is concerned, remember it was written first of all on October 7. So far, the inquiry or investigation has not been ordered. But the allegations being very serious in nature, there is a high possibility that the Enforcement Directorate may take cognizance of this letter, because remember, they are already not only investigating Sukesh Chandrasekhar but also Satyendra Jain in a money laundering case. So they may take cognizance of this letter. The other possibility is that the LG may refer this case to any of the investigative agencies like CBI or Delhi Police to have a preliminary inquiry, and if there is any truth, then lodge an FIR in the case. Apart from that, what also is very interesting, that Sukesh Chandrasekhar, remember, he stands accused in a money laundering case. He has extorted people in last few years of more than hundreds of crores of rupees. So whatever he is alleging, it has to be taken with a pinch of salt, because remember, in past he has made several allegations which were found not true. But this time, because it is against an Aam Aadmi Party leader and a Delhi minister who is still inside the Tihar jail, the allegations becomes very serious in nature. So only an inquiry can reflect that whether the allegations are true or not.
Keep tracking that story. I will come back to you for more. Now the question is, who is Sukesh Chandrasekhar? What's his background? From what we know, he's an alleged conman. He hails from Bengaluru. He's from Karnataka. Sukesh Chandrasekhar is currently in Delhi's Tihar Central Jail for allegedly extorting money from very high-profile people. Some of them are celebrities. Now, Sukesh Chandrasekhar, as you can see in that picture, has several pictures with Bollywood stars, including Jacqueline Fernandez, also with Nora Fatehi. Apparently, apart from showering them with very expensive gifts, and these gifts included luxury cars, foreign trips, homes, gifts for their family, He also promised them big budget films. Now these celebrities, some of them are also being questioned in connection with the 200 crore rupee mega extortion scam.
Sukesh Chandrasekhar, a 32-year-old millionaire based in Chennai, has now entered the annals of India's biggest con artists. From businessmen to politicians to celebrities, Sukesh has duped them all. Some with charm, many with threats. Those who have met Sukesh up and close have now told India Today TV that he leaves a lasting impression on people, even if he's met them just once. Getting rich was Sukesh's singular aim growing up in a lower middle class family in Bengaluru. The real estate business was Sukesh Chandrasekhar's first target immediately after he left school. Passionate about cars, Sukesh used to even organize car races in his teenage. Impersonating and mimicking came easily to Sukesh Chandrasekhar, and this he used to enter into the world of crime. All of 17 years old, Sukesh started cheating people over phone, posing as a senior government official. In 2007, Sukesh posed as a very high-ranking bureaucrat and duped more than 100 people, promising jobs in the Bangalore Development Authority. In his teens itself, he began earning crores of rupees. His greed saw him get caught and arrested for the first time by Bengaluru police in 2007. But once out on bail, it was back to extorting money out of people. A huge Bollywood fan, in 2010, Sukesh started dating Leena Paulos, who had a blink and you miss it role in the movie Madras Cafe. The starlet soon became Sukesh's partner in crime, luring gullible people who her husband had conned. Sukesh then came under the scanner of central agencies in 2015. By then he had moved to Mumbai with Leena and floated a Ponzi scheme. More than 450 investors deposited their money in his company, but only to be looted. Even as the law shadowed him, Sukesh kept going, posing as a bureaucrat of various ministries and even as an official of the court. The list of people he duped kept getting longer, his coffers overflowing with money. Ultimately, it was a complaint of politician TTV Dinakaran, who also had been cheated, and that sent Sukesh to Delhi's Tihar jail. At 32, Sukesh Chandrasekhar's crime journey has come to an end. Bureau Report, India Today.
I now want to shift focus to the other big story we're tracking here on India First. 2 days after the suspension bridge collapsed, killed at least 135 people in Morbi in Gujarat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the site of the tragedy this evening. After his visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also met survivors of the tragedy at Morbi Civil Hospital. He assured the survivors and the next of kin of some of those who'd been killed that justice will be done. India Today's Mustafa Sheikh is on ground zero. He sent us this report.
A day after the Gujarat bridge tragedy that killed over 130 people, Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in grief-stricken Morbi. The Prime Minister visited the accident site, going to the exact spot where the cable snapped. He was briefing about the tragedy by the State Home Minister Harsh Sanghvi.
This is the place where exactly the Prime Minister was standing. He was observing the search operation and its process in the Morbi River. And this is where the Home Minister of State, Harsh Sanghvi, was briefing to the Prime Minister. The body language, and since the Prime Minister was listening more, speaking less, the body language, what one could anticipate that perhaps he was taking stock that how this incident would have unfolded, clearly be the negligence part.
From the accident site, Prime Minister went to the civil hospital where the injured are undergoing treatment. He interacted with the victims and expressed sympathy.
मैंने मेरी घटना सब बताई, वो सुनता था सभी हमारी घटना। क्या हुआ? मैंने मोदी को कहा कि पग में कैसा लगा है, कैसा है, तुम कैसे हो, अच्छा हो जाएगा।
He also held a high-level meet at Morbi's SP office, where SP, Deputy SP and IG briefed him about the ongoing investigation. Prime Minister Modi also met the Morbi heroes who carried out relentless relief and rescue operations. Before the Prime Minister's arrival in Morbi, the authorities covered the board of Oreva, the company behind Morbi Bridge's renovation and maintenance, now in the dock for flouting norms. Since the bridge collapse, the Prime Minister has expressed his anguish many times, at times turning emotional while paying homage to the victims.
शायद ही जीवन में बहुत कम ऐसी पीड़ा मैंने अनुभव की होगी। एक तरफ दर्द से भरा पीड़ित दिल है और दूसरी तरफ कर्म और कर्तव्य का पथ है।
The victims of the tragedy are expecting a fair compensation and want those behind the disaster to be brought to justice. And they are hoping Prime Minister Modi will ensure they get it. Bureau Report, India Today.
Justice. Will justice be done? 9 people have been taken into custody, but the questions that are being asked is, what about those who were tasked with the maintenance? Was there negligence? Was there, as some argue, just a paint job like at the hospital done even here at the bridge, at the suspension bridge? I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Mustafa Sheikh joining us with the latest on the story. Mustafa, you spoke to some of the patients, some of those who were injured. You spoke to the next of kin of those who were killed after the Prime Minister had met them. What is it that they expect of the Prime Minister, especially after a tragedy of this magnitude?
This was Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first visit after the Morbi incident. He didn't only visit the accident site, hospital and met relatives of the victims of the crash, but also spoke with the authorities on the compensation. He made sure that victims' families should not suffer in getting compensation or any other treatment whatsoever they want. Also, a high-level meeting took place because there are still many unanswered questions in this crash, and also fixing the responsibility on the culprits is something which was discussed in the review meeting. So as of now, he has taken the first-hand experience of what had happened on the spot. He saw the survivors, met them, spoke with them. He has also assured the relatives of the victims of this crash that government of Gujarat, government of India will make sure that no such incident takes place in future. There are a lot of tragic stories in this incident which has taken place. There are many people who have lost young kids, and hence the answer they are seeking, the demand they want is that this incident should not be repeated in future so that people suffer like the way they have.
Mustafa, many thanks for joining me for the moment, but the question that you also raised, and as family members have been saying, what about those who were responsible for this? Oreva Group, the company responsible for the maintenance of the bridge, is under the scanner. Now, among the 9 people who've been taken into custody, 2 are ticket clerks, 2 are managers employed by Oreva. But what about the big fish? The Oreva bosses are still at large. India Today reached the farmhouse of the Oreva Group owner. India Today's Saurav Vakhtania and a Gujarat bureau with this report.
26th October 2022. This is Jaisukh Bhai Patel, the chairman of Ajanta Oreva, inaugurating the Morbi Bridge. 4 days later, it collapsed, killing at least 135 people. The company responsible for the maintenance of the bridge is now under the scanner. Ajanta Manufacturing, belonging to the Oreva Group, a Gujarat-based electrical appliances manufacturer, famed for its Ajanta wall clocks, was awarded the bridge renovation project after obtaining the government tender. The Morbi Municipal Corporation and Ajanta Oreva Company signed the contract in March 2022 and it is valid till 2037. Ahead of the Prime Minister's visit to the accident site though, the hoarding proclaiming Oreva's name over the ill-fated bridge was mysteriously covered up.
There I see some soldiers from the Indian Army. These are of course the officials from the administration. They are covering up this company's name here. Do you see these clear images? It was now the name is being covered by this piece of cloth.
The police say technical and structural flaws, including maintenance issues, were responsible for the tragedy. Since the accident, the top bosses of Oreva have gone missing. India Today visited the offices of Ajanta Manufacturing in Ahmedabad. They've been closed since Diwali. Employees were supposed to return on Monday, but the doors here are still locked.
The main gates of these offices are locked since last 3 days, according to the nearby residents. Nobody is coming to the office after this incident. So when we contacted the local guards here and asked them why the doors are closed, he said that he is unaware of the fact that why the offices are not being opened.
The Ahmedabad residence of the company's owner is also locked.
This house is locked, and last time Jaisukh Patel came here during Diwali when the inauguration of the bridge had taken place. He has one residence in Ahmedabad also.
India Today even reached the farmhouse of the Oreva Group owners.
वो ताला क्या हमेशा लगा रहता था यहाँ पे?
या तो नहीं लगा था, अभी शायद 10 दिन हो गया होगा ऐसा शायद, लेकिन क्या है हम उधर रहते तो नहीं, ध्यान तो होता नहीं है हमको।
अच्छा,
हम इधर ही काम, हमारा इधर काम चालू है ना, तो हम इधर ही काम करते हैं, इधर मालूम नहीं चलता है हमको।
So where is Jaisukh Bhai Patel? Among the 9 people who've been arrested are 2 ticket clerks, 2 managers, all employed by Oreva. The other 5 accused include 2 repairing contractors hired by the Oreva Group and 3 persons working at the bridge as security personnel. The question is, what about the real big fish? When will justice for 135 deaths be delivered? With Jay Kishan and Mustafa Sheikh in Morbi, Gujarat, Bureau Report, India Today.
Questions must also be asked of the administration. What was the administration doing? For example, the superintendent of police. Why was crowd management so poor? What about the administration, the district magistrate? Why did they not know that this bridge was functioning for the past 5 days without clearances? We'll track that story. That is all I have for you on India First this evening.